Alright, so this morning our alarm went off at 5 o'clock so that we could go to the temple of Baiyang-Tzu for the new year. Since we were up till about 3 o'clock, not really, since we were up till about maybe 2 o'clock in the morning with the fireworks that were going off till still, 5 o'clock didn't really happen. 6 o'clock did. 5 o'clock didn't, and the morning was a little bit rushed, but eventually we did make it to the monastery. We were able to watch a lot of the customs for the new year. I don't know if you still hear that, but that's still fireworks. It was a really cool experience. I was raised Christian, so I always went to churches, and I had never really been to a monastery when, you know, it was actually like a really important day and people were all around you were praying and lighting incense and stuff. You know, you walk in, you buy yourself some incense, you light it, you say a prayer, and you bow. You always bow 3 times. And then you throw your incense in the fire, you go over to this little pillow, that's where you kneel and you pray, and you bow 3 times, and then you get back up. It was very peaceful. It was very cold, because all this is kind of an outdoor place. And I may have forgotten to mention this before, but I have this thing where I really love one of the Chinese, I guess he's a character in one of the stories. I'm not sure that, I don't think he's a god. Anyway, I call him the longevity guy because that's what he stands for. He's the god of, character of longevity. I gotta research this a bit more. His name is Xu Xinglao. I probably pronounced that really wrong. Xu Xinglao. Anyway, he's cool. He's got like this cone head. I love him. Come on out of your plastic. Show all the people what you look like. Ta-da! Look at his big head. Isn't it cool? Isn't it great? Oops. He's also filled with coins for good luck, which I dropped. The bottom of it came a little bit loose, but they don't really use coins anymore. They use bills, which I mentioned before. So to have it filled at the bottom with all these coins is kind of cool. Until I accidentally break it and drop all these coins and lose them. He's holding this magical peach. They believe that peaches represent longevity in the Chinese culture. So anyway, I'll put my Xu Xinglao away. Please don't spill any more coins, thanks. After the monastery, and after we warmed up a little bit more and I got feeling back in my toes, we went over to the zoo. It has a lot of the festivities for the New Year's Day, and we got to see a ton of stuff. I mean, they had the Peking Opera, which is, I mean, all the characters, they sing in a very special way, and they have this really cool makeup. Sometimes the ladies are played by men. I think traditionally that's how it had to be, like, kind of like Shakespeare, where if you didn't know, all of Shakespeare's original plays, even the women were played by men. We saw more of the Bei Guen, which was that dance when the men held the little girls up on their shoulder on that pole. And, I mean, we saw a ton. There was even this one guy who, he had the girl on one shoulder up really high where she's supposed to be. And on the other shoulder was another tiny little peg, and there was a little baby sitting there. So I love babies. They're really cute. They were all kind of just getting ready, so they're kind of just standing there, and most of the little girls are up there looking around. But they didn't look upset. They just kind of like staring at the world. But this baby, despite the fact that everyone else is just kind of like standing around getting ready, it's already flapping its arms. It was the cutest thing in the world. It's like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's go. What are we waiting for? I really need to stop talking to myself. There's also, I mean, normally what I discussed before was that, like, it's just little girls, but there was this one who had a little boy on the pole thing, and the pole thing had a little fake horse, so it looked like this little boy was riding this horse. Also amazing. So between all the little girls and the little baby and the little boy on a horse, and they were all dressed up in these really colorful outfits and fantastic makeup, it was an amazing sight to see. I'm gonna miss it. It's something I wanted to see, and I'm glad I got to see. I don't know how I forgot this, but alright. So as I've mentioned, as a Westerner with my Western features, I can draw a lot of attention, and so can Christina, because there aren't many Westerners here, and people really don't hesitate to stare. But we made it way easier for them to stare today. There was a band playing, and there were some dancers with these giant mask head things, and then there was this tiny little circle of boats going around them, and they were all dancing. It was really cool to watch. And then I got pulled into it. Still fireworks. I ended up dancing. I ended up wearing a mask. I ended up driving one of the boats. I ended up playing one of the drums in the band. There was even a point when I had the mask on and I was being kind of weird. I mean, you could tell that I wasn't supposed to be there because I wasn't in a costume. I just had my coat on. And then, finally, I wish I had more to show you. I'll have more to show you later. I've been eating this candy. It's called White Rabbit candy. It kind of tastes like vanilla Tootsie Rolls. It's fantastic. I'm addicted to White Rabbits. It's a really delicious candy. I've probably had like 50 today. These candies are great. Maybe if you're lucky enough, one day you can have one. They're good. I don't really know why I chose to talk about that for a whole minute. They're good. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm gonna go take a nap because we got 3 hours of sleep last night, and now I'm tired. And then we're gonna go to the grocery store, and I'm gonna buy 50 bags of the White Rabbit candy, and I'll see you later. Maybe back in the States. Who knows? I don't.